This is a full Facebook ads masterclass for realtors that will get you consistent deals every month in 2025. And this is the exact same strategy that we've used with over 50 realtors to get results like this, and this. You see, Facebook ads are one of the best ways for realtors to get consistent deals. The problem is that most realtors either think it's way too complicated, way too expensive, or they just flat out don't work. But I'm about to show you a simple strategy that you can start with only a few $100 to start generating consistent, high quality leads on autopilot for your business. So we're gonna give you the full tutorial of the ads manager, go over exactly how to set up your first campaign, and take you through the entire process so that you can start getting more deals in the next 2 to 3 days. Just like one of our partners, Mackenzie, who did this and got 3 buyer brokers signed within 2 weeks. All right, so there's gonna be 3 main parts to this entire video. The first part is gonna be going through the actual ads manager, running through exactly how to set up your campaigns all the way from A to Z from a technical standpoint. The second part of the video is going to be reviewing the different kinds of actual creative strategies we use when it comes to designing the image ads that we use to run the campaigns. And then the third part is going to be running over the metric cheat sheet so that you can see exactly what changes you need to make based on the data that you're getting in the door. So I have our OKR board here. This is just going to be a brief overview of what we need to do. So first off, we're going to start by determining whether we are going to be, targeting buyers or we're going to be targeting sellers. Once we've determined that, then we're going to set up an A/B test for buyers and an A/B test for a seller's campaign. We're going to be monitoring these metrics every single day. Here's just some, proof and some screenshots from some of the campaigns that we've run ourselves. I'm actually going to be going inside of one of them live today to show you exactly how we have it structured. We are going to be assessing this data on a weekly basis, and then once I get to the third part of this video and we actually go over what the different metrics are that we need to be paying attention to, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to improve the campaign's performance. And then obviously we're going to touch over a whole bunch of the different, proven creatives that we have used and seen a ton of success with in the past. So to start, we're going to jump right into the ads manager. This is actually one of our partners' ad accounts. You can see we've thus far, it's been about 2 months or so since we started this agent's campaign. We've generated 211 leads total. Our average cost per lead is $3.33, and this is the split test that we initially started with. By this point, we usually would have tested with a lot more creatives than this, but because this one is performing so well, getting $3.33 leads is, phenomenal. We don't really want to change anything until that number starts to rise a little bit. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead and create a campaign from scratch. I'm going to show you exactly how we structure these from start to finish. So when it comes to targeting, we are going to be optimizing for leads. So that's going to be our campaign objective. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. I always like to do everything from a manual standpoint rather than letting Meta kind of optimize and change things how they want to, because sometimes they don't do as good of a job as we can. So we're going to do manual leads campaign. We'll go ahead and hit continue there. You're going to name your campaign whatever you want. It can be a real estate business. None of this matters. You don't need to do any super fancy name scheming. We usually do because we're keeping track of so many different accounts at the same time. But for you, you can really call these whatever you want. Let me go ahead and come back in here. The first thing we need to do, and this is one thing that I've seen a lot of agents kind of shoot themselves in the foot and get their ad accounts banned, is by making this super simple mistake of not categorizing their ads in a special ad category. So we're going to go ahead and click this button right here, and we're going to answer all these questions. So this is basically clarifying whether we're selling a financial product, if it's something to do with employment, housing, which is us, social issues, elections, politics. So the only one we need to, clarify is housing. So we're going to hit no right here. Go ahead and hit next. Again, we're hitting no. And then for housing, we are going to be hitting yes because we're advertising a real estate offer. We're going to go ahead and hit no, declare the category. So we should be good to go there. We can go ahead and move down. I always like to leave all of this exactly as it is. Leave this off, A/B test off, because we like to do manual A/B tests. Then we're going to go ahead and hit next. Again, you can name your ad set. When you're split testing, you always want to do it on the ad set level. So never duplicate your ads, always just duplicate your ad set. So this is kind of a golden rule to keep in mind. Always only have one ad per ad set. Your ad is the actual creative that people are seeing. The ad set is how you have your settings structured and everything, because sometimes you're not just split testing at the creative level or split testing the image that you're using in the ad. Sometimes you're split testing different audiences or different parts of town or different interests and things like that. And I'll show you what some of that looks like in just a second here. So if you want to get really crazy, you can do, website landing page forms, but for the sake of this video, because we're just keeping everything inside the ads manager, we're just going to be doing instant forms, and I'll show you exactly how to set those up as well. So we're going to select instant forms there. We're going to come down, obviously select your page that you're going to be running the ads from. Performance goal is going to be to maximize the number of conversion leads. Then we're going to come down here, set your daily budget. We personally recommend about $30 a day for all agents to start. We'll usually see around 1 to 5 new clients come out of that every single month, which is a pretty great return. If you're spending $900 a month and you're getting 1 to 5 clients back every single month, that can be pretty huge. Usually going less than that, you get into the territory of risking whether you may or may not get anything that month, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a bottom line conversion rate when it comes to online leads. And typically, it's usually only around 1 to 4% of online leads actually converting into closings. And with that in mind, that lets us know that we need to be generating around 100 leads every single month in order to actually be getting legitimate clients every single month and not risk having gone a full 30 days and have nothing to show for it but a bunch of names, phone numbers, and emails. And so $30 per day is kind of the sweet spot that we have set up. One more little trick that we like to use to just ensure that the algorithm is off to a good start is always scheduling our campaign to launch the following day at midnight. So I would go ahead and put this to the 25th and then go ahead and set this to 12 a.m. there. And then we don't need to set an end date. A lot of agents will turn their campaigns on and off. That's not good. We want to let it run until, give it enough time to pull in enough data so we're making educated decisions and we're not turning our campaigns on and off and on and off and on and off over and over again, because that's going to mess with the algorithm. Then it comes down to our audience. So typically when we're first starting out, we want to go as broad as possible. And so say, for example, for this, the ads manager that we're in right now is for an agent that is in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I'm just going to show you that for an example. So we would come in here, and this is obviously something that you're going to have like specific preferences to, based on what areas you actually want to be working in inside your market. But I'm going to go ahead and put Las Vegas, Nevada. This is going to drop a minimum 15-mile radius. That is the bare minimum when you're advertising in the housing category. Facebook and Instagram, restrict you to, having a minimum targeting radius right there. So we're going to go ahead and set that like that. You can make it bigger if you want, but it's got to be at least 15 miles. Another thing, once we've kind of found our area, we can go ahead and shift this around however we want. So we can do that by dropping pins on the map. If you want to not cover, the entire east side or something, that's completely an option. So you can go ahead and basically set your service area however you want, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the detail targeting. Now, there's a couple things that you can do, and I'm going to go ahead and show you them just so down the line. Once you continue split testing, you can go ahead and try to increase the quality of the leads that you're generating. But initially, to start, I recommend not doing any detailed targeting, because you want to cast as wide of a net as possible initially and then slowly hone in on your ideal clientele from there. So, but just to show you how the detailed targeting works, we're going to go ahead and edit right here. We can go ahead and put a couple interests in here. So we'll go real estate. Let's not do real estate. Let's do Zillow. Let's do realtor.com. We can do Trulia. And what this is going to do is show your ads to people who have been recently showing interest in realtor.com, Trulia, or Zillow. Another great one is mortgage loans or mortgage calculator, because that's going to pull in a more serious prospect. But as you can see, as I continue adding these in, our estimated audience size is going to continue to decrease over time. So we want to make sure that we have enough people in our circle. Obviously, 1.1 million is massive. That's a ton of people. We can definitely narrow that down. We've seen really, really successful campaigns work in radiuses that have literally, less than like 30,000 people, and they've still done fine. Cost per lead might be a little bit higher. It might be sitting closer to $10 per lead, but even still, as long as you're willing to spend a little bit more, it doesn't even have to be that much more. You can still get enough leads in to make sure you're doing transactions every single month. So this is obviously huge. So it would make sense to do a little bit of detailed targeting, but that's exactly how you set that up. Languages, obviously you're gonna go ahead and set that to whatever language you speak or languages that you speak. Primarily, we're just putting English on here. And then as far as placements go, we actually want to make some adjustments to this. So this is something you can split test if for some reason your ads aren't performing very well. You can split test using Advantage Plus placements and alongside, using manual placement. So I'm going to show you exactly how we would set up our manual placement. So you'll just hit edit there, go ahead and hit manual. And then right here, we're going to turn everything off, and we are going to, so we just want Facebook and Instagram, just like that. I'm going to uncheck all of these. We're going to do Facebook feed, Instagram feed. We're going to do Facebook Marketplace, and then the rest of this we're leaving off. Then we're going to go over stories and reels. All we want are Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Instagram reels, and Facebook reels. We're going to leave all of these off. Search, we're going to leave all of this off, and then everything else we're going to leave off. So this is always the stack of placements that I recommend starting with initially, but if you're running into an issue where your ads are getting stuck in the learning phase, then you can go ahead and test turning Advantage Plus placements on. That's always an option too. So we're gonna go ahead and hit next, and we're gonna come over to the actual ad level. So we just finished with the ad set level. Now we're on the actual ad level where we're gonna install the creative, and that's gonna be what people are actually seeing. And we're gonna go ahead and write out the copy that we're using as well. So first step, we are going to want to first go ahead and select your page right there. You can connect your Instagram account. That way you're running them directly from your Instagram and not just the name of your Facebook page. Then we're going to go ahead and build out our form. So I'm going to go ahead and write out this form for you, and then I'll walk you through exactly how I have it set up. Or in fact, I'm just going to show you how this one is set up right here. So for the form type, we're going to go ahead and go for more volume. Again, you can go ahead and name your form. I always just go with exactly what kind of campaign you're using. So I just made a copy of the one that's already in here. Clarify, what area we're talking about, what price points we're talking about, and I always put the number of questions that we have on there to differentiate between our forms as well. But again, name scheming does not have any actual effect on the performance of your campaign, and the only reason we do all of this is because we're managing so many different ad accounts all at the same time. So we're going to come into the intro. Headline can be pretty simple, and you can test around with a lot of different ones. Usually we don't see a ton of difference in performance based on the different headlines in here. But again, that's what the metric cheat sheet is going to be telling us, exactly what we need to do to, what kind of adjustments we need to make if for some reason our ads aren't performing as well as we want them to. So background image, we can go ahead and leave that on. We'll just use the same image from the ad. Greeting, we are gonna turn this on. This is pretty important because we want to have a streamlined consistency in the headlines that people are actually seeing. So we'll go ahead and hit continue to get your free list. By the way, this is just set up for a buyer's campaign. If you want, I can create another video on how to set up a seller's campaign, but the whole purpose of this video is kind of just to show you the structure of how to, set up a campaign for yourself, from more of a technical standpoint. So you're going to put your headline right in there, continue to get their free list. People are opting in to see a free list of homes. We'll go ahead and put in the description, updates daily with new market opportunities. We're going to go ahead and hit next. And then we're going to come into the questions. We want to put in the description why people are giving their information. So we're going to put valid contact information required for access. So in order for them to receive access to the list of properties that they're opting in to see, we need their full name, we need their phone number, and we need their email. Super, super important to be collecting all three of these so you can follow up with them on the phone. You can also follow them with email. Or if you have an ISA in place, they're going to need this information as well. And then we are going to go next. You're going to go ahead and just put your privacy policy from your website in here, and we're going to go ahead and go next again. Headline, this is going to be the ending, so after they submit their information, this is exactly what they're going to see. So we're going to just say, thanks, now you may access the list of homes. Please expect a call or text from our team to confirm access to the list. This is so they're not surprised once they get a phone call from you or someone from your team checking in, because at this point they're opting in to see a list of properties. They're not necessarily saying like, hey, I really want to talk on the phone with somebody, but we're letting them know, hey, we're going to give you a phone call to confirm access to the list in case they run into any issues. And that's when we're going to go ahead and call them and use our scripts to, convert the lead, set an appointment, say, hey, I'd love to further customize that list a little bit more, get something set up that's a little bit more personalized for you, because this is just a general, list of properties in the area at this price point. You might be interested in only homes that have a pool. You could be interested in only single story homes. We can go ahead and further customize that list and start to, convey value to them in a more personal way from there. We're going to go ahead and hit go to website, and then this is what we always like to do, is link your own MLS website with the search already set up. So you can see right here, I'm not going to go to their website just because I don't need a whole bunch of people browsing all over our partner's website, but you can see here we have this set from price points between 450,000 and 600,000 right there, so that people can go in and actually check out some properties. So you're giving them something, you are giving them some value. Then we're going to go ahead and hit create form. I'm not going to press that button because I just made a duplicate of the form that we already had set up in here, but that's what you would do. You'd hit create form and then go ahead and select it just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and attach all of the media. So this is going to be the actual creative that we're using, and then I will go ahead and show you the copy that we're using in the other campaign that's performing extremely well, so you can get some ideas as far as the primary text and the headlines go. So I'm going to come out of here, and I'm actually going to come into this other campaign, and I'm going to show you exactly what we are using. Pulling the curtain all the way back. There's a little sneak peek at the creative that is literally generating $3.33 leads. So there's some inspiration for you. As far as the primary text goes, we are calling out our audience. So attention Las Vegas home buyers, click below for a free list of the top 22 homes near you under $449,000. We're going to add a little bit of copy right here. Owning your home is the most cost-effective thing you can do to save yourself from paying somebody else's mortgage. Start saving thousands every single month. Even if you're not currently renting, the market has finally stabilized, and this is the best time to enter to grab the best deals. Click learn more below for a 24/7 live prices, photos, details, and more information. So then they're going to see this. A lot of people will not even read all of your copy, and that's why we put the little indentations right there. And because this is what the ad is going to show up, this is what it's going to look like when it actually shows up on somebody's feed. You can see that you only see the first line right there, the first little chunk of text. So attention Las Vegas home buyers, click below for a free list of the top 22 homes near you under $449,000. Everything else beyond this, really not very important at all. So we still do it just in case people click more. Who knows? Every opportunity to convey your services is we want to take advantage of. So if someone does click this, we do want to have this to try to convert a few extra people here and there. But for the most part, this is the main part that matters. So that's how you're going to write your copy. Headline, again, keep it super, super simple, straight to the point, and also make sure it is in alignment with your offer, what you're actually doing. So get your free list here with an arrow pointing to the learn more button. Super easy, super short, super straight to the point, capitalize free because it grabs attention. And we'll test around with a few different one of these. We'll try, the emoji where it's like a hand pointing that way. We'll do that. You could put like get access to the list right now. Just switch up the verbiage here and there. Another great strategy, when it comes to helping you write copy for your ads and brainstorm different headlines, is using ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you, one of our unique strategies when it comes to using ChatGPT to actually build the creatives, build the actual images for the ads. But another thing that you can do is use ChatGPT to actually write your headlines and your copy for you like that. So one thing you could do is just write out something like this. You can literally copy us word for word and then go into ChatGPT and say, write me 10 variations of this. Write me this, but make it more convincing. Write me this for the, Tucson, Arizona market, whatever. You can get really, really creative with it. So that's how we actually set everything up from a technical standpoint in our ads manager. From there, we would go ahead and hit publish, and then that ad would go live the following day. Now I'm going to show you exactly how we set up our creatives. And then I guess really quick while I'm here, I'll show you how we load the creatives into the actual ads manager. In case you're for some reason not able to figure it out on your own, I'm just going to hit edit. We'll come to the ad level just like that. And then just like I showed you before, when it comes to adding in the ad, and just so you know, anything that I skip over, I know you probably are seeing like all kinds of other settings. If I don't talk about it, just do not touch it. Leave it alone. It probably doesn't make a difference. We've tested every single thing inside the ads manager to see what performs the best. Anything that we don't touch, there's a reason that we don't touch it. So we're gonna go ahead and hit edit on the media. We're gonna go ahead and edit there. And then from here, we would just pretty much download our ad creative and then drag and drop that right into here, upload it, and you should be good to go. As far as what the actual ads are going to look like, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a sneak peek of our proven buyer ads swipe file. So if you want access to this Canva document, then just go in the description of this video. I'm gonna link our full free course when it comes to building this entire lead generation system with the ISA system, the getting leads in the door in the first place, having the ISAs convert them, and then the follow-up system, CRM tools, all of that fun stuff to actually get these deals to the closing table. Again, the most important thing to keep in mind when generating leads through Facebook as a real estate agent is it's a volume game. And when you're playing a volume game, that requires a ton of follow-up on the phones, text, email, all of it. One does not work without the other. And so you can build the perfect ad campaign. You can generate 50-cent leads, $1 leads, $3, 30-cent leads. It doesn't matter how great your ad campaign is going if your speed to lead isn't less than 5 minutes, if your follow-up game isn't on point. And so keep in mind, do not, I don't want anybody to go and set up these campaigns and they're crushing it and they're still not closing deals because they're calling the leads once or twice, or they're calling all the leads once a week or the next day or something. There are other factors that are absolutely mandatory in order for a strategy like this to be successful. In this video, I'm just showing you the marketing side of it. So this is our swipe file here. I'm happy to share this with you. Like I said, in the description, there's going to be a link to our free course that's on YouTube as well. And in the description of that free course, you can get all of these assets and everything in here that I'm showing you completely for free. So here's a whole bunch of different strategies. I'm just going to scroll through these so you can literally take a couple minutes and just kind of watch what we're doing to get some ideas. These are all things that we've tested with. So again, the number one thing to keep in mind is testing is something that you have to constantly be doing over and over and over again. If this doesn't work, then try this one. If that one doesn't work, then try this one. So we'll launch multiple ads at the same time, all the time. One of the biggest things that we've seen actually has an effect on an ad's performance are the photos of the properties in the actual ad. So that's the number one thing that we do test with. It doesn't really matter what color the headlines are or the how you structured the sentence or anything like that. What really matters are just the photos that are actually on the house. So here's some, you can pull these off of Zillow. You can use your own listings if you want. This is pretty simple for the most part. So hopefully this gives you some ideas as far as how to actually structure these ads. And again, if you want this swipe file, I just want to download every single one of these so you can plug and play your own photos from there. Just go into the description and look from there. The next thing I want to show you is this. This is a pretty unique strategy that we've been playing around with, and it's been doing absolutely incredible for a lot of agents across the country, is using ChatGPT to generate, different kinds of ads for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the prompt right here. This is the prompt that I just gave to ChatGPT. This is going to build us the actual photo, and so it's local to your market specifically. We're going to go ahead and download that and load it into the Canva file, and then we're just going to throw on a headline just like this. So homes under 900, new homes near you, new construction under 200,000, your area, for sale near you, off-market listings. Whatever your value proposition, whatever you have to give somebody, that's what you're going to be putting on the actual ad. So what we've been doing is testing around with all kinds of different prompts and plugging those directly into ChatGPT and then just optimizing them and split testing that way. So the one that I gave ChatGPT this time is now make me 6 downsize homes a home elderly couple looking to downsize would be attracted to. The house needs to be a local Las Vegas, Nevada home and around the average price point or a little lower. I'm going to be using these homes as an advertisement for one-level homes in Las Vegas, Nevada. Usually houses with some local scenery get higher click-through rates, optimized for high click-through rate. Make sure the houses are center focused in the picture and make sure they are very local looking, realistic Las Vegas, Nevada homes around the average price point or lower, and created to attract a elderly looking to downsize home buyers' style, need, and needs. For example, properties less in the city and maybe more on the outskirts and one level. So we're very, very, very specific about what we're telling ChatGPT to do here, because we want to, optimize for our ideal prospect. And it's going to do an incredible job just like this. It generates this image here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how we can optimize it. So this is a great start. This is super, super realistic for, the local market that we're, working in right here. We've got mountains in the background. We've got a palm tree there. Even the shingles on the roof, those are exactly those, Arizona or, Nevada style roofs there. We've got some cactus, we've got the wildlife, everything. This looks absolutely great. So now we're going to go ahead and test different variations. Now make me something similar to this, but with a sunset ambiance and the porch lights on. And it is going to go ahead and think for a second. We'll let it load, and this is how we're literally sourcing new images to use in our ads. So we're going to go ahead and throw like 5 of these back into that Canva file, throw headlines on there, and we're just going to launch a mass split test and run all 5 at the same time. And that way you're going to be able to optimize quicker and find your perfect winning ad that's generating you those super, super cheap leads as fast as possible. So great. Here's another one. This is a really good option too. We can go ahead and try this. We've got, the evening sunset ambiance just like that. Let's try another one. Now give me one more one more night with a beautiful starry sky. Let's see what it comes up with. So yeah, you can literally play around with this thing as much as you want and just keep getting more and more creative about the prompt. There you go. Beautiful. So we can keep on testing, all kinds of different prompts in here, until we find that perfect winner. At the end of the day, it's all just about testing as many creatives as you possibly can. It's just about, collecting the data at the end of the day. Now, I want to go ahead and move into the third part of this video, is how to actually optimize those campaigns so you know what you're doing and you're not just kind of throwing paint at the wall and hoping that it sticks. So here we go. This is our metric cheat sheet. Again, feel free to, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do to keep all of this information handy. So this is what we're going to be looking out for. If our CTR all is below 3.5%, you need to try a new creative. That means a new image or, this is your creative, the actual image on the ad. So if our CTR all is below 3.5%, try a new creative. What is CTR all? That is the percentage of impressions that have clicked on the ad. If your CTR link click-through rate is below 2%, that means you have a bad copy or you have a bad headline. So again, going back to the ads manager, this is going to be our headline right here. We can change our copy right there as well. Another thing to keep in mind is that your headline in your actual form that we built is congruent. That's super, super important. If our form CVR is below 10%, that means we have a bad offer or we're positioning it in a bad way. That is going to be what our actual offer is. So it could be a number of different things. It could be a list of homes in their area under a certain price point. Maybe that price point isn't really, the most popular in the area. Maybe people don't want to see a free list of properties. Maybe veterans are looking for a new location or new, Las Vegas homeownership programs. Or maybe, we are looking for, maybe we're calling out potential buyers who are looking to get pre-approved, something like that. So testing, different areas is going to be a great thing to do if you are getting a low form conversion rate. Testing different offers, you can get really, really creative. This one has performed extremely well. Obviously, you saw it was crushing it for this agent in Las Vegas, literally getting $3 leads there. So, and that's pretty much the exact same strategy we used right here. And all we're doing is continuing to test different photos of houses in the background. Super, super simple, but it does incredibly well. So, and then obviously, the most important matter of all of this when it comes to watching your metrics is that as long as your cost per lead is in check, don't worry about any of this. One thing may be lower, the other ones are way higher, and that could say okay, cool, my CTR all isn't as good as I want it to be, but my form conversion rate is really, really great. That's fine. At the end of the day, the number one metric that we want to be paying attention to is our cost per lead. So again, if you want to go ahead and change how you're viewing the actual data, you can go ahead and look at all of this right here. So we're going to go ahead and go to performance and clicks. We can see how many links clicks we're getting, what our link click-through rate is, what our click CTR all is, And then for form conversion, we're gonna go ahead and hit customize columns right here. We're gonna we're gonna do the form CVR. So just to show you exactly what this is, you would hit create custom metric, and then I'm just gonna click edit right here, and you're gonna put select metric, and your leads divided by link clicks, and that's gonna give you your form CVR. So go ahead and just type that into there, hit save, and you can go ahead and select all of the different data points that you want to be tracking in here. You can get rid of all the junk, keep your main one, so it's super simple, super clean for you to kind of look over. But yeah, that just about sums up exactly how to run very successful ads in the real estate space. Obviously, today we went over a buyer's campaign. If you want me to make a separate video that's a little bit more specific and less focused on the technical setup and everything, but more just, kind of geared towards how to actually generate listing leads, then just comment down below and I'm happy to get that built out. But yeah, hopefully you're able to get some value out of this. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And again, if you want that free course where I kind of go a lot more in depth on how the rest of the strategies that are kind of necessary in order to make sure that you're actually closing deals with this, because again, at the end of the day, generating leads doesn't matter if you don't have a way to convert them into clients. Even this agent right here, it's like, yes, they generated 211 leads and their cost per lead is $3.33. That's great. But the only reason that this agent was actually able to pull transactions out of these is because she has the full-time ISA team calling through all of the leads, actually converting them on a daily basis, and all of the follow-up systems in place to make sure that every single one of these people are getting contacted on a regular basis. So if you have those systems in place already, great, you should be good to go. You should be able to get a ton of value out of this. If not, again, and you want to look into getting the rest of those systems in place, you got that free course down below, or if you want to book a call with our team, we're happy to show you how to do it as well. All right, cheers.